Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Last night was the night. Last night was the night. It was the Survivor 46 season finale. We have a winner. Shout out to Kenzie for taking that title. I'm really proud of Kenzie. I feel like last night she had the winner's edit. Like as soon as I saw she won at the final five, I said, "Oh, Kenzie is winning this. Kenzie is winning this." They gave her the winner's edit that we were looking for. We gonna talk about it. I don't want to jump too far into the review, but congratulations, Kenzie. You deserve it. I think that you played a great game. It was other people that played a great game as well. It just was not their year. There's always season 50. There's always season 50. That hell, it might be right around the corner for all we know. Let's get the announcements out the way. Hey, Dejan. Hey, Koki. I ain't seen you in a minute, girl. I know you busy. What announcements do I have? I have not watched. What's that show we're reviewing tomorrow? What is it called? I don't forgot the name of the show. The GOAT. I have not watched. Twitter has told me something must go down with Davon. I hope she's not going home. I hope Davon doesn't go home. Don't spoil it. Don't tell me. But I will watch the GOAT tonight, and that review will be tomorrow night. And I'm gonna review both episodes because y'all know last week I wasn't entertained. What other reviews? Love and Marriage Huntsville. If you care about Love and Marriage Huntsville, I will be on the Kamisha Reviews panel Sunday, and I will be back on Kamisha Reviews Saturday for the Never Ever Met. I have been missing from that panel for a while because Saturdays are really busy for me, but I'm sitting still for a few weekends. Oh, once June hits, your girl is the schedule is gonna be off. Once June hits this summer, I think I'm out of town every other weekend. Every other weekend, I'm doing something. And that's why I really love the summer, because I really love to go to concerts. I love to travel. I just love to be out the house. That's just me. Any other announcements? Next week, Wednesday, me and Ebby will be back for the Ultimatum reunion. South African edition. So check me and Ebby out. If you missed our review of Bridgerton, check it out. We did that Wednesday night last night. You can go back and watch it on the rewatch. Me and Ebby had a good time. We did not agree about Miss Lady Whistledown, but that's what I love about a good review. It's not necessarily a panel. It's just me and Ebby. I love when people don't agree because you get a good debate about the show and you get to see everyone's point of view. When you agree about everything, you be like, okay. But anyway, I love talking things out with Evie and everybody else I do panels with. Oh, duh. I still don't know. First of all, thank you all for supporting me for the Drag Race panel. Because my name starts with an A, Angie, I'm always the first one to go on the panel. So thank you all for supporting me for the premiere of the Drag Race panel. It is a rotating panel, so I don't know exactly whose channel it's going to be on next week. But as soon as I know, I'll put it up on the community wall and on Twitter. So if you like Drag Race, you can follow us on the panel as well. Okay, I think that's all the announcements. The usual ones. Please like the video. Thank you all for sharing all my content on Twitter or wherever else you want to share it. I appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Even though my summer will be busy, we're going to be busy over here on Kiss My Cheeks too. We got Big Brother coming up. We still got the GOAT going on. Love Island is popping up. I believe somebody said Traitors, something gonna have the nerve to pop up in the middle of Big Brother. And I'm mad at it, but I think they said season 40. The challenge season 40 is coming up. It's a lot of good competition shows coming up that we will be talking about over here. Oh, and the dragons are coming back. I know it's called the House of Dragons. Game of Thrones, the dragons. Y'all know I will butcher the names of everything. I just call it the dragons. The dragons will be back. Me and Ebby will be reviewing that on Wednesday night. So look forward to that. But I said all that to say subscribe, please. I'm trying to make it to 2,000. I really appreciate everyone who helps the channel grow. That's it. And let's just jump into Survivor because I did put the redirect on, y'all. I put the redirect on for the challenge because let me tell you, in 54 minutes, it's going down. In 54 minutes, it's going down right now. In these next 54 minutes, we're going to give Kenzie all the praise and we're going to shout out Survivor and all of that. But after for the challenge All Stars 4, in 54 minutes, it's going down. I have the chat redirected. Now, the last time I put the redirect on the chat, it took about 10 minutes for StreamYard to let me in. So if it seemed like I'm not getting over there to the challenge, you know I'm coming. I'm dropping the link. I got me some good old drinks. I'm off tomorrow. So I can have me some good old drinks and we can have us a good old cut up session in 55 minutes. So stick around for that. But right now let's shout out Kenzie. Let's get into Survivor. Let me finish with all my hays to everybody. I already said hey to Koki. Hey Dejan. Hey Dr. Ivy girl. Koki Banu tried to warn. Banu did say Mackenzie was a mermaid dragon. Look, I love that name. And Mackenzie, if you ever come across this video, it's no shade. I love that he called you the mermaid dragon. And you came out and you slayed him. You slayed him. Hey, Evita. Hey, Anastasia. I just wanted to say hi. I can't stay. Oh, you can't stay. I'll be back for the challenge. Come on back for the 53 more minutes. 53 more minutes. The link will be dropped and the dragging will begin. But we're going to be positive over here because we're going to celebrate the winner. But in 53 more minutes. I really can't wait. Hey, Yvette. Oh, Kissy fam. I kind of like that because I think we were calling ourselves the Good Kissers. Y'all see I got on my Usher shirt. Can you see? We were calling ourselves the Good Kissers, but I kind of like the Kissy fam too. We gonna come up with a cute name for this channel. It's kind of hard, but we gonna get there. I can't wait to hear everyone's thoughts about this finale. Liz was on one. Liz was on one. Look, that's some non-melanated stuff over there. I ain't have to say all that, but just the level of delusion, the level of, yeah, y'all should have voted me out. Y'all knew to vote me out because I was about to win this thing. The jury was looking like, girl, wasn't nobody getting ready to vote for you. You can't be mad when the delusions are that entertaining. You really can't be mad. Hi, yes, Angie. I haven't been able to make the lives in a while, but I have been watching all your videos, and I appreciate that. Not everybody can make it for the live. Koki, I know you watch because you be in the comments. You be in the comments. Let's start from the beginning, and we're going to skip over all the fluff. We're skipping over all the fluff. The first thing we're going to talk about is Maria and Charlie make up on the beach. This is strategically, Charlie played a masterful game. Charlie was playing Big Brother. You know, you don't say no to no line. Yeah, we gonna be in a girl. You wrote my name on that paper, girl. That ain't nothing. Let's go ahead and write somebody else's name this week. Look, I like Charlie. I really, really like Charlie. Y'all know I like Charlie. But I'm not mad at him for making up with Maria because, like he said, if Maria would have won, which she could have won if Liz didn't help out Kenzie. If Maria would have won, I think Maria still would have voted Charlie ass out. But you make it's a game. It ain't that deep. It's a game. Anyway, at the immunity challenge, you know, they did that relay race, whatever. I ain't take no notes. I don't remember what they did, but I know it was a puzzle at the top. And Kenzie kept saying, count the number of holes in a plank. What plank? Now, mind you, I'm going to put this on food deprivation, sleep deprivation, because she has been the one staying up with Ben the entire time. Like the entire time. They showed Charlie staying up a little bit, but for the most part, Kenzie is the one that has been staying up with Ben. So me at home, I'm like, girl, y'all just have to throw that plank in the sand. Go back there and get it. But you know, when you in the rush of the game and you haven't eaten and you haven't slept, she wasn't thinking about the right plank. I was like, Kenzie, you can't lose this because of this plank. When Liz slid her ass down that slide and ran back and got Kenzie's plank. Now, mind you, this season is so hard because, again, I love everybody. It's nobody on this cast that I dislike. even though Liz might have worked my nerve, I still like Liz because she has entertained me. She has entertained me. And I'm going to get to the reunion. So we got to talk fast, y'all, because the dragging has to begin. But when Liz slid down there and got that plank for Kenzie, I said, yes, because I kind of wanted everybody to win. Kind of wanted everybody to win. I was like, yes, go get it, Liz. You got to get Maria out. Now, pause. Quick question for the chat. If Maria was sitting in the final three, do you think the jury would have gave her the votes? Because I don't necessarily think they would have, because they didn't give Charlie the votes. And Charlie and Maria played pretty much the exact same game. So Maria would have had them 4 immunity wins and whatever else under her belt. And Maria probably would have explained her game better than Charlie, because Charlie, you kind of dropped that ball and you supposed to be the next lawyer. But it showed you ain't went through the law school yet. No disrespect, but you kind of dropped the ball at that final tribal. I don't know if Maria really still got the votes. Y'all think so? Drop it in the chat real quick. But anyway, fast forward, Maria went home. Maria tried to stay in the game. She tried to be like, Ben is a threat. Ben ain't nobody threat Maria. Ben got down to the final tribal council and was still, I can't wait to get into it. Let's hurry up and fast forward. Okay, bye, Maria. Maria got a moment, usually at the end of the game, and hey, Lemon Kush Pepper. When you get to the end of the game, and you kind of, didn't I tell y'all last night? I said, if Maria don't win at the final 5, they ain't even gonna have to go up there and write her name on the parchment. They're gonna all raise their hand and say, Maria can go. And that's pretty much what they did. They was like, yeah, Maria got my vote. Maria got my vote. Jeff still made them go up there and write it on a piece of paper, but I'm sorry, Maria, but they gave Maria her moment. They gave her her flowers. They allowed her to say what she had to say, and especially shout out to her children. And I loved every moment of it. And Maria, it's always season 50, girl. It's always season 50. But anyway, moving on for that, let's get on to the final 4. Now, they didn't do too much of nothing. They celebrated. Let's get to the challenge, because that challenge was a fool. That challenge, I knew it was going to be skeet ball in some kind of way, but they done threw the skeet ball, 20 feet in the air, and then you got to work on a puzzle. And then if your ball hit the metal thing, it take like 20 minutes for it to come back down versus, I said, this is a mess. And Charlie, you dropped your ball the most time. I think Liz dropped her ball the most times, or Liz was just that far behind on the puzzle. Kenzie probably could have won it again, but she dropped her ball a couple of times. And Ben had a perfect showing. He never dropped his ball, and he got that puzzle together. And I don't know. The Lord came down and touched him on his shoulder and let him get 1 immunity win, because if he didn't have that, he wouldn't have nothing to talk about over there on the final tribal council. You don't think they would have voted for Maria? Some people say yes. Some people say no. She definitely would have had Q, Soda, and Charlie. She would have had Q. If Charlie was sitting over there, I don't know. You see Maria ain't vote for Charlie. Ooh, we going to talk about that. I feel like it's not enough time for me to talk about all this, but I really want to drag Laura over here on the challenge. Anyway, so Ben won, and Ben has already told Liz, it's too many nominees over there on the jury. You got to go make fire. And I was a little bit nervous, because then Liz started doing something with her wrist, cracking her wrist, and I ain't pay that much attention to the medical term she said, but she's like, my hand's gonna start hurting, I really can't make fire. And I was like, see, Liz doing all these excuses, and she gonna turn around and win that fire making. I said, oh, please don't put Mackenzie over there. And Kenzie is over here practicing. She can't get the fire to start, and she crying. Charlie was like, I don't give a damn. You could drag me to the end. Let me plead my case. I really was expecting Charlie to plead his case way better than what he did. But we almost there. Anyway, I kind of felt like if Charlie really thought about it, Nobody was voting. Like, you could have just looked at the jury and saw nobody was voting for Liz. Charlie should have put himself in fire against Mackenzie. Not necessarily saying he would have beat Mackenzie, but Charlie's being arrogant, saying my resume's so good, I don't need to put the fire. I don't need nothing else on my resume. I got the fire. I don't need no fire. He should have humbled himself and said, take Liz, put me in against Mackenzie. And if he would have beat Mackenzie, he would have won the game hands down. Period. Point blank. But him thinking he could beat everybody and, you know, whoever win between Liz and Mackenzie, I'm going to win. That was Charlie's only bad move. He should have told them. He should have told Ben, his number, it ain't necessarily his number one, but his day one. He should have told Ben, put me and Mackenzie in fire. Me versus Mackenzie. But Ben loved Mackenzie so much, I don't think he would have done. Ben the one who messed up. See, Ben shouldn't have won that final tribal because Ben, y'all get my hair done tomorrow. Ugh. Bear with my little, I'm trying to make the bangs work. It'll be done by tomorrow. Ben was the wrong person to win at the Final Four because he took all the strategy out of it and it turned into the friendship game. I just want Liz to go home, but you two, you my day one, and Kenzie the one who woo-woo-woos my back in the middle of the night. You know, I just... Ben shouldn't have won that, but whatever. Kenzie wins at the fire, and as soon as Kenzie won at the fire, the jury was like, get it, Kenzie. You saw Tiffany said, that's my girl. That should have been sign number. That's when I knew Kenzie was winning. I said, oh, Kenzie won. The jury wants her to win at fire making. She won a season. She got the jury. I knew she had Tiffany. I didn't think the votes would shake out the way they shook, and for that reason. But let's just go ahead and get there, because we ain't got to talk about them. It ain't nothing else to talk about but this final tribal council. Oh, I forgot to talk about Liz, because Liz got voted out, or Liz lost that fire making, and she was like, yeah, I would have beat everybody up here. That jury was like, who said that? Who voted for Liz? You voting for Liz? I said, hey, Eric, I saw it on Twitter where somebody was like, Jeff should have asked everybody to raise their hand on who all was voting for Liz. But see, Jeff knew wasn't nobody gonna raise their hand, and he didn't want to. I would have did. See, that's something I would have did. But Jeff is nicer than me, because I would have been like, hey, who all was voting for Liz? It would have been unanimous. Anybody that would have went to the final with Liz and Ben, it would have been a unanimous vote. Period. So let's get to the final tribal council, because I want to go back and read everybody's comments. You should have talked about the challenge first. No, I have to talk about the challenge second, because I'm going to drop the link and y'all can come up and drag Laura with me. I don't care. You don't have to be on camera. If you don't want to come up and you just want to listen, that's fine too. But we got to do the challenge second, because that one may go long, because I have something to say. I have something to say about every moment of the, like, Angie, stay focused on Survivor. But I think Maria won too many challenges. I kind of think that was some resentment. I really don't understand why they dislike Maria. The only thing I could think is she got too close to Q. She let Q become her number one, and she let Charlie slide when she should have kept Q at bay. She didn't have to keep rubbing his back the way she was. But I think they hated Q so much, she got too close to him. That's what I think, because Maria really didn't do any. And they hated that rock, paper, scissors. They hated Maria for that rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, Maria, you should have just picked Liz. And who did she pick for that reward? Liz. She picked Q and Ben. You should have just picked Ben and Liz, and that's where you messed up, Maria. That rock, paper, scissors rubbed people the wrong way. Did anyone hear Liz really is? I never thought of Liz as a millionaire. I just used to make fun. I just made fun of her. Because when people usually build up a company and they say they sold it, you really think of these outrageous businesses where you not think of Shark Tank where people sell their businesses for $1 million or they make all this money and then they sell it for $200 million. So when Liz, what was the episode 1 or 2? And she was talking about, I got 5 businesses and I already sold 2 of them. I was like, oh, she rich. She got money. She don't even care about being here. She missing all her conference calls to be out here. But I can guarantee you, she might not be a millionaire, but she ain't broke. I can guarantee you this lady is not broke at all. And if she's not a millionaire, she's close to it. I hated that Tiffany up there smiling and winking at Kizzy when she wanted her out all along. Did Tiffany want Kizzy out? Look, everybody wanted everybody out. This was the season of my number one gotta go. That's what they should have called this season. Number ones have to go. As soon as somebody say, you my number one, I'm like, let me be number 2 or something. Because this season, number ones had to go. So, and really, even though Kenzie wanted Tiffany out and Charlie thought he ate with that. Oh, Charlie thought he ate in the jury when he said that, but Tiffany was voting for Kenzie, period. And you shouldn't even try to placate to Tiffany. You should have been playing for everybody else. But anyway, Tiffany respected it, assuming that someone on the jury told her about it. I think so too, because them people talk at Ponderosa, and that wasn't Tiffany's first time hearing it. I can guarantee you. I can guarantee you that wasn't her first time hearing it. I hated the way Liz helped Kenzie. What? I didn't. I didn't. Because really, Kenzie ass would have been up there as, what plank? Is it a plank? Like Kenzie would have never ran back there for that plank if Liz didn't help her. And I'm not mad at it. If the goal is to get Maria out and Maria is already in a close second, yeah, take your ass down there and run and get that plank and help out Liz. And Kenzie, you get up here counting all the cucumbers or whatever, because I didn't even really read the puzzle. Whatever they was counting around that board, Kenzie, you get up here to counting and I'm gonna run and get the plank. I wasn't mad at it. They cheat all the time. If they want to do group help, let them group help. But where we at? Let's go ahead and get to the final council, tribal council. Tiffany set it off and said, I don't want to hear no Taylor Swift. I don't want to hear nothing about no rock and roll. Matter of fact, don't even bring up pop culture. Talk about the game. That's all I want to hear. But I said, Tiffany, you better set it off. I said, you better set it off, Tiffany. You better tell them y'all done played Taylor Swift and Metallica long enough. It was long enough. Y'all think the jury was bitter? I don't think the jury was that bitter. I think the jury was bitter. But not to the way I thought. So they get to asking questions. And Kenzie is talking about something. I should have took notes. But all I remember is Q talking about it ain't go down like that. It was about Ben and Tim, Ben versus Tim. I wasn't going back and forth. That was you and Tiffany going back and forth. And Kenzie was like, Tiffany. And Tiffany was like, yeah, it was you, Q. You couldn't decide if you wanted Ben or Tim. And it was always Ben, no Tim, no Ben. And I was watching on my TV screen. It was you, Q. And so now Tiffany and Q getting into it. I said, didn't I tell y'all? Tiffany want to cuss this man out. She want to cuss him clean out, but she was like, no, this ain't the time or the place. I ain't getting ready to act up on TV for y'all. And she was like, look, I ain't even about to argue with him no more. Look, I don't even care. I knew Q was going to get up there cutting up. I knew Q was going to get up there and cut up in that jury. It just wasn't enough cut up for me. I know that jury segment went way too short. And it wasn't like in years of the past where the jury was more of a conversation between the top 3 and themselves. It kind of went back to everybody ask a question. And because usually they'd be like, let's talk about the social. Let's talk about the strategy. Let's talk about the physical. Like they would bring it outwit, outlast, whatever. I can't be a super fan and can't remember what it is. Outwit, outlast, outplay. Yeah, so they used to talk about that in different segments, but it kind of felt like it went back to everybody ask a question. And I feel like it's Q's fault. They said, Q don't know how to act. Everybody stand up here and ask a question. Y'all could butt in a little bit, but that's it. Eric, not about time. It's about time. Right, Taj. Taylor Swift is already a billionaire. She don't need no more free promotion. We get it. Y'all done already went to the lady sold out concert. We get it. Anyway, let's talk about the jury. They got to asking Ben what he did in the game, and he over here talking about, well, I really ain't do nothing, but I talked about rock and roll, and I kept people's spirits up. I tried to make things fun around the camp. Sir, you should have just said, look, ask them. It's between them two. Just go ahead. Sia might give me a little. Have they released who Sia gave the money to yet? If y'all know, put it in the chat. Ben should have just sat back and said, look, just ask them. I'm just here for the third place check. Just cut me my third place check and go. Because Ben didn't add any, like Ben was really like, what was your biggest game move? I really ain't have one of those, but whatever Maria told me to do, I kind of, whatever Charlie said, that's how I voted, And then when it got time to vote out Q, I was a part of that Final Four to get Q's ass out of here. But, I ain't did, I ain't really got one of those. I was like, oh my God, Ben. It's embarrassing. They should at least put Liz up there. Liz would have came up with something. Right, Bonu would have beat Ben. Bonu would have gave you, so he would have said, when I went over there to the island and I snitched on my whole tribe so they can get voted out, and I said Mermaid Dragon and all that. That was my biggest move in the game. Like Bonu would have came up, even if Bonu would have just sat up there and cried the whole time. It would have been better than what Ben was doing. But anyway, I feel like Charlie lost the game because he was so caught up in me and Maria did everything together that he was placating to the jury instead of really breaking down his game. Because in the confessionals, Charlie really, to me, in the confessionals, outside of all the immunity wins, Charlie was in a better position strategically than Maria. And if Charlie just knew how to explain his strategy to the jury instead of just saying, when it came down to it, I was trying to get Maria out. And since I couldn't get Maria out, I went after Q. Like Charlie made it seem like he didn't start playing the game into Final Six. When Charlie, one of your most masterful moves is not getting voted out when Tim got voted out. And you didn't even know nothing about the +1 alliance then. The way you sat back and got or was it Soda? Y'all know I can't remember. Was Charlie was a part of the Soda vote. So that shit, like Charlie wasn't saying what needed to be said. I'm like, and then at that final question about what we gonna do with the money, that's where Charlie lost the jury for me. Talking about, I have so many good social relationships with everybody, and I really sat and listened to everybody's story. I'm going to donate a little bit of money to foundations that would, match everybody's story. Sir, no. Don't be saying this kind, nice. Just say, I'm a recent college graduate. I want to become a lawyer, and this money will help me go to law school. Like, just be honest, Charlie. Like, I really feel like the jury wanted they wanted to give the money to Kenzie. I feel like the jury was a little bit bitter, but they wanted to seem like they were giving the money to the best player. Like they really want to be like, I ain't no bitter jury. I really want to hear about the strategy of the game. Because if you listen to the final tribal council, the only person talking about the strategy of the game was Charlie. Because even Kenzie was like, I know I was kind of dragged along and I was sometimes on the wrong side of the vote, but sometimes, Kenzie wasn't really explaining her game too well either. And sometimes, I was just going with Tiff and but when Kenzie got to that last question, and them tears came to her eyes, and she talked about, I've been working since I was 15 years old. I got my license to do hair at 17. I got my salon at 24. And see, I can remember Kenzie's speech because it was hard. It touched the heart. She said, I'm about my community. I'm about helping people out. And everybody that works in my salon, I should be making so much money, but I don't charge them a cent of booth rent because I'm just trying to help people out. And she said, if I win this money, I want to finally do something for me. I want to get married. I want to start a family. It's time for me to do something for me. When Kenzie said that final speech, I said, give her the money. Give her the money because she spoke from the heart and she was real. Charlie, I don't even remember nothing being said. But Charlie, you was over there playing to the jury. Oh, I know everybody, and I'm going to give a little bit to everybody's charity. And no. We don't give a damn about none of that. You should have been honest, and you should have spoke from the heart. And you were trying to tell these people what they wanted to hear instead of playing to win this game. And I really think Charlie played the better strategic game. But I respect Charlie because he said the jury never gets it wrong. Whoever they vote for is the winner. I ain't upset, none of that. And it is what it is. He took it gracefully. But there was another tweet that I saw that I 100% agree with. And I like the live finale in the studio anyway. But you are still out there. You're hungry, thirsty, dirty. The final three ain't had no shower. You just got finished playing 26 days of Survivor. Your emotions are at an all-time high. And when they read out that fourth vote for Mackenzie, Charlie was like, hold up. She got 4 votes and I only got 3, and there's 1 vote left. So in Charlie's mind, he was like, oh, it's going to be a tie, and Ben about to give it to me. We're going to address that in a second. When that 5th vote came out, Charlie wanted to be like, what the fuck? And I agree with the tweet. You have to give these contestants time to decompress. You have to give them time to watch the season like we're watching it, because we're seeing everything. Charlie isn't privy to all the information that we have at home watching it. In that moment, Charlie only knows what Charlie knows that he had access to know. And in his mind, he was running the beach. And he don't understand how Kenzie just won this game over him. He done took out his number 1 Maria, and I still lost. And a lot of people was tweeting like, oh, he a sore loser. You would be like, what the? You would do the same thing. And I feel like it's a natural reaction where if Charlie was at home and he actually got to see some of the things Mackenzie was doing behind his back, some of the conversations, how much people really love Mackenzie in her social game. If he would have been in that studio and he had time to decompress the game and watch it all along, he would have handled it more. He probably wouldn't have rolled his finger. He wouldn't have rolled his eyes and be like, what? I think he would have handled it more gracefully, even though he was very graceful. But sometimes you just can't help your facial reactions, because Charlie's face was like, bitch, I can't believe she just won this shit. I know what his mouth said. But Charlie's face was like, go ahead and send me over to the Ponderosa. I'm ready for a shower. I don't even want to be over here no more. This is some bullshit. I know what the face was saying. So I agree with that. CBS, please bring back the live tribal councils. I like when the final three get to come out and they fly outfit. You saw how Maria and Tiff and Venus, they was looking good. They had their makeup on, they had their hair done. I like when the final three come out and they be fly looking good. You be like, oh, they look good. They ain't dirty and stuff. You know, I miss that. CBS, quit being cheap. Bring back the live reunion. Bring it back. And then Jeff revealed that Charlie lost the most weight. I would have thought it was Q because Q looks unrecognizable. His face is all sunken in. I would have thought Q lost the most weight, but Charlie lost 14% of his body. Was it fat or just weight? He lost 14% of his body weight in 26 days. That's crazy. I need to go on that diet, but you know, I can't be out. I can't be bothered with Survivor. But that's a really good diet plan. Angie, you a mess. A mess. But anyway, I'm not mad at Charlie. I'm really happy for Mackenzie. We all know that she's pregnant. Like, Kenzie could have came out on that stage pregnant now and everything. That would have been so great. But you know, it is what it is. I'm really happy with this season. I was highly entertained. I haven't been this entertained with Survivor in a really long time. But let's get to the comments and then we're gonna go on over to the challenge because I really don't have too much to say. The reunion is a womp. We needed a live reunion so Banu could be there. Jeff didn't ask any other good questions. Liz finally apologized to Q. We didn't deep dive into the Liz versus Q. We didn't deep dive into rock, paper, scissors. It's so much that they needed to ask at this reunion, and it was just fluff. And I was like, let me come in and, like, Jeff, you can announce the winner, but let me come in and host the reunion so we can get the good tea, because you wasn't asking any good questions. Now, the one thing I do want to address, let's talk about this 5-3, then I'm going to get to the comments. I promise. Maria did not vote for Charlie. Maria did not vote for Charlie, and Charlie just knew he had Maria. Now, real quick in the chat, just so I can see it, I'm gonna scroll back up and read all the comments. But if Maria would have voted for Charlie and we had our first, this would have been our second tie, because I remember Wendell, and that's when, what's that child name? It ain't Lydia. Lauren. What's her name? Lauren. It was something. I forgot. She had to break the tie and she voted for Wendell. Now, we all know Ben saved Charlie and dragged him to the final three. If it was a tie and Ben had, I think Ben would have lost his mind. I think Ben would have broke down. It would have been too much. And I'm not being shady, but I think it would have been too much of a decision for him to be the one to have to give somebody the $1 million. I really do. Because I don't think automatically Ben just gives the money to Charlie. I think Ben cares about Kenzie the most. Because you got to think, his only issue was he was always saying, I want to put the person in fire who could beat Liz. But I don't believe that, because clearly Charlie was the one that could beat Liz. But I don't know. I don't think Ben would have just gave the money to Charlie his day one. I think that last question of Mackenzie's would have touched his heart the way it touched my heart, and Ben would have still gave that money to Kenzie. So, and is it shady? Y'all think Maria's excuse for not voting for Charlie, I'm calling BS. Now, if Maria would have said that final question of Mackenzie's touched my heart and she got my vote, or her name was Laurel, I was almost there. Oh, and it's the same name we getting ready to drag in 19 minutes. But Maria talking about When Kenzie was over there making the fire, I saw the fire in her eyes and she had my vote at that minute, which means Maria had planned on voting for Kenzie before she heard anything that Charlie had to say. That was a bitter juror vote. But I don't understand why when Maria, you voted for Charlie. Like y'all both wanted each other out. Ooh, Koki. Maria made you mad for that. You said she a shady ass B. I think it goes back to the emotions. Everyone did say Maria went to Ponderosa for a day and she should have been over. Well, she was at Ponderosa for 3 days. She should have been over it. I don't know. I probably wouldn't have got over it. I don't know. I mean, Maria, what you wanted? Charlie to run down and go get the plank and help you out? What you should have did, I bet you every plank had a different amount of holes in it. Because what you should have did is went over there and start counting Kenzie's plank. That's what you should have did. But I do believe that was a bitter juror vote. Y'all agreeing? Yes, bitter. When Jeff asked who changed their mind at tribal council, Maria didn't raise her hand. Sure didn't. But it's weird because Hunter raised his hand, which means Hunter was originally going to vote for Kenzie, then changed to Charlie. Who all voted for Kenzie again? Because I was shocked. It was for Charlie. It was Soda, Hunter. Shit, I don't forget. And who cares? Charlie, I'm going to tell you like I told Maria, it's always season 50. I think Charlie would be y'all think Charlie would be good for season 50? Okay, this is the one where I left off, where Liz is not a millionaire. Do you think it's so many good players? Like, it's too many people from season 46 that I think could roll over to season 50. Like, Liz, let Liz stay at home. She's allergic to everything, and we ain't got time to hear that same storyline again. Q, CBS loves Q. I think Q is a shoe-in. I would love to see Tiffany play again. I would love to see Charlie and Maria play again, but I don't think they're going to pull 4 people from season 46. But if they just pull 2 people from season 46, I want to see. I want to root for everybody black. I want to see Q and Tiffany, but I think they would probably give it to Q and Charlie because they wouldn't bring Q and Maria back. That would be unfair. That wouldn't be fair for Q and Maria to come back. I don't know. We'll have to see. I hated Tiffany. Okay, I read that one. Okay, I read all these. Where did I stop? I should have started. I hated the way Liz helped Kenzie. Okay, I read that one because I did not hate that. Then why can't the outplayed player give their idols to another player? Or the outer player? Because I think once you're voted out, that's it. Like, kind of like how old boy, when old girl had her hand like this and was like, give me my idol because you got voted out. Old boy had gave the idol to somebody else. It was Jesse? Was it Jesse? Or was it Cody? I don't forget. But he gave his idol to somebody else before tribal council. Just like was it Jesse this season? No, it was Randon. He was trying to tell Venus where his idol was, but I think once you're out, you can't really, that wouldn't be fair. But if you feel like, I don't know, them people who got voted out with them idols in their pocket, they should have pulled them out and played it for themselves. I don't know. The way I hollered when Tiffany said that, we don't want to hear it. People on Twitter were mad at Tiffany because she said the Taylor Swift thing and gave them 30 seconds to answer. When Tiffany said, that's enough, 30 seconds, she probably had on her Apple Watch. That's enough. I wasn't mad at it because y'all ain't about to sit up here and ramble on and we got to figure all this stuff out in the edit. Say what you got to say and move on. And 30 seconds is really a long time when you think about it. And remember when Jeff was like, everybody get a your final statement, you got 30 seconds. Tiff was like, okay, Jeff. I wasn't mad at it. They were just hating because that was a black woman. But if anybody else would have said it, they would have went up. About time, Tiffany. Don't do that. The way Liz was rolling her eyes every time Q was speaking or asking questions had me hot. Look, Liz cannot stand Q. She don't give a damn what they have in common. I don't even think it's a black and white thing. I think this lady cannot stand that man, and it's beef for life. It's beef for life. She's a straight up Karen. Liz is very Karen-esque. She probably be terrorizing the people in the Applebee's. And she should have been called out on the show. I don't know. I think Banu would have beaten Ben. Ben was really the Owen of the season, and his crying was annoying. Look, I don't want to say that because this man does have a anxiety disorder. I don't know what it's like to have that. I don't know what it's like to have that kind of anxiety. I don't know what it's like. I've never had a night terror that kept me up like that. So, and mind you, I don't even remember Owen. But I'm not going to ever say anything against Ben because at the end of the day, he had that disability and he still thugged it out for 26 days. And I couldn't imagine. And I'm just happy there were kind-hearted people that helped him, had compassion for him. Because, you know, some people are not that understanding, especially when it comes to their sleep. Would I have been the bitch of the season? I probably would have been the bitch of the season. I don't know. But when people start, you know, doing too much in your sleep, Ben would have had to go. I probably would have been the one that Ben could go because I need some rest, at least a couple of hours, you know. But I'm thankful Kenzie and Charlie were there to help him. And because messing around with me, he would have got voted out back when Seagull was by themselves. We're going to go ahead and lose one of these because Ben got to go. Okay, I honestly was disappointed that Kenzie won. Really, Evita? Kenzie was a good strategic player. It was just so many. Once they got to the merge and she really wasn't a part of that +1 alliance. And again, they said it in the jury. It probably was a good thing you wasn't in that +1 alliance because they +1'd you and you went on to the jury. She really just was on the right side of the votes. She was just a number. And she admitted that. I'm telling you, this was a bitter jury. They were trying to save face and be like, we're going to vote for the best player. But that jury was very bitter. And they wanted to vote for Kenzie because for the most part, she really didn't cross anybody. And she had a really good social game. So that's why they said on Twitter, every season of Survivor is different. And that's what makes this game so great. Because there's no rule book. You can't just come in and say, I won the most immunities. I had the best strategies. I was leading all the votes. If the jury of that season, if you aren't playing to them or if they don't value that, then it means nothing. And what's so great about Survivor is people are different. People are not all the same. Some seasons, they care about who had the most immunity. You had 4 immunities, okay, you won. Some seasons, they care about who drives the votes, who made the biggest moves, who were driving the votes. Okay, some people care about social game. Some people don't know how to put the fact that they sitting on the jury to the left. They still pissed. And you put me on the jury, okay, I ain't voting for you. And that probably would be me. If you ever see me on a TV show that involves a jury, I'm a very much an emotional player. I'm not an emotional person, but I'm an emotional player. And if you cross me and my feelings get hurt, and I had an opportunity to not give you $1 million, you better guarantee I'm not giving you the $1 million. Is that right? Probably not. But that's what makes this game so great. Everybody doesn't think the same. And they had a whole bunch of people on the jury that think like me. It was a whole bunch of Angies on the jury. Oh, you crossed me. Oh, you wanted me out, Charlie. Oh, okay. Okay. It was some fire in Kenzie's eyes. $1 million. $1 million fire. Right. I feel like Kenzie should have said that she was following everyone on who to vote, but it was to see who was leading. And yeah, she could have said that. Is Kenzie's win? I should have known that was from Dejan. I'm not reading that. We ain't talking about that lady to season 40. We got to August, y'all see it, before we have to talk about that lady. Charlie should have won. Evita, I agree. I think Charlie played a better strategic game. And if you're looking for a strategic winner, it should have been Charlie. But they weren't looking for no strategic winner. He took it well. He did. But when it came to Maria and I voted for him, he was hot. He was red hot. He was doing his best to stay politically correct. He was doing his best. He was like, bitch, you ain't vote for me. I totally agree, Angie. They need to bring back the reunion. Yes, with the whole cast. Right, because we wanted to ask. It was more people with. I really liked everybody. Like, I want to know what Banu was up to. Jim also had an idol and didn't play it. Was that Jim? Yeah, it was Jim. Just was the one who had a fake idol and played it. It was so much. I really do miss the live tribals. I miss it with the whole cast. I agree. Calling Charlie a sore loser is insane. I agree. He handled it so much more gracefully and respectfully than 90% of the people would. I can't control my face, especially when it came to Maria. I agree. I think Charlie came in weighing about right, and he lost. So he down to like 100. Let me do the math real quick. My accounting brain. 128 pounds. That's small. He can't be 128 pounds. Hopefully Big Brother can learn from this season of Survivor, bring back problematic people. Big Brother is different than Survivor. Big Brother is in a fishbowl that we have eyeballs to look at 24/7. You can't be, we want more entertaining people, more say it how we feel it people, more people. We need non-group think people on Big Brother, but not problematic, because you get canceled. That Big Brother Twitter, you will get canceled real fast. They'll be all over there on your Yelp, on your getting all your stuff deactivated, report. I'm telling you, Big Brother is not for the soft at heart. It is not. Ben would probably choose Charlie, but first he would, Ben would have been up there crying for 35, 45 minutes if he had to be the tie vote. I'm so happy. I'm so happy Maria voted for Kenzie, because we ain't have time. We ain't have extra 35, 45 minutes for that. We did not. I think Maria really voted Kenzie because Charlie didn't take her on the reward where they get letters from family. I forgot about that. You think she's still bitter from that? She did cry for 2 days over that. When Jeff asked who changed, okay, I read this one. Okay. Y'all putting everybody's name. Okay, this is who all we think will be on season 50. Not anybody but Liz. We ain't got to see Liz. What y'all think about the new season 37? I know I'm not at the end of the comments, but I'm going to see them. But I wasn't entertained. Like, I feel like you had such a good season. Mind you, we don't really know these people. These were just 0.5 seconds of a few faces on the screen. But they don't look as entertaining as the people on this season. Like, we knew from the beginning Venus was going to cut up. We knew from the beginning we was gonna have a good time with Kenzie and them. I don't know. Y'all know I'm gonna watch it. I hope they prove me wrong. Not Soda. Y'all be trolling me. Soda is not coming back. I forgot about Hunter. Hunter would be a good shoe-in for season 50, but Soda just better be happy she made it to the jury. Liz can't be. Rich people do not always spend all their money on the flashy things we think they do. Some of the richest people be sitting up in Applebee's. It be us, middle class, lower middle class people trying to front for the Instagram, sitting up in Roof Chris and anything. I don't really know no steakhouse above Roof Chris. That's about the most I'm gonna spend. It be us spending $400-500 on some steaks and stuff, posting on Instagram, pretending like we got some money, but we done spent half our paycheck just for this one meal. No, trust me, trust and believe. Rich people be in Applebee's. I don't be in there. Maybe that's the only restaurant she can eat because of her allergies. Somebody who allergic to that much stuff, you think they would cook at home, but we don't know what that lady do. We just know she loved Applebee's. I ain't have to say all that. Thank you, Cameron. Appreciate your coverage. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. They should have asked Liz why she hate Q. That's what they should have asked. Like, girl, what did this man really do to you that you didn't start? Because really, Liz, you the one who started it. Don't do Owen like that. He sucks. Look, I told you I don't even remember Owen. It be too much TV going on. It be too many competition shows. And then when I finally get around to and I got a 40-year-old brain, I don't be remembering these people. Trust me. I might remember season 46 because this is one season where I liked everybody. But about time we get to season 50, I'm gonna forget half of their asses. There's no clear route to victory, right? Anybody could win it. Anybody could win it. That's what makes this game so great. No, we were answering who voted for who voted for Charlie. Okay, let me go back. Hunter, Liz, is Soda. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Hunter voted for Charlie. I can see that. I don't care. Right, the cast of 47 does not look as entertaining as what we just watched, but we gonna give it a chance. We gonna give it a chance. Go ahead and put it. If it's trash, go ahead and put it on TV so we can go ahead and get it over with. Tiffany Q, Venus, Kenzie look interesting from the trailer. They did. Like this cast, I like the cast from the beginning. 30 several. Look, several equals 7. I love it. Mind you, remember when Jelinski said that, I was one of the ones who was like, I thought it was 7 myself. sounded logical to me. I'm running over. Okay, it's almost time for the challenge. I cannot be late because I got to do this redirect, and it might take a couple of minutes for the redirect to occur. I hope y'all ready. Because I have fun over here. See, that's why we should have did. This why we did Survivor first, because the challenge is. Sorry that I missed you. Okay, you're gonna be on a challenge until. Okay, well I'm coming over there, Anastasia. I'm sorry that I missed the live. Okay, you okay? I mistype things all the time. I agree with Aisha from Rob and his podcast. Aisha, who the hell is Aisha? Aisha from Rob on his pod. Look, let me tell y'all something. I love Rob and his podcast. But if it ain't Rob and Steven Fishback, I ain't listening to it. I don't know none of them people over there. Rob and Steven Fishback. And when it come to Big Brother, it better be Rob and Taryn. Other than that, I ain't listening to them people. I don't know what. I don't know Aisha. Sorry to that lady. I'm a mess. Because I'm like, who is that? Aisha? I get to know you on the 47. But that's all I listen to over there is Rob and Steve for the Survivor, Rob and Taryn for Big Brother. I know he upload a million videos, but them the only two I watch. And that's it. I think the writers made them say that. Look. Right, because why does of all the people we gotta remember Jelinski? I was already mad at Jelinski that he wanted to be called Jelinski. But he came through with that several. I guess we gonna give it to him. We gonna give it. He can be He could have that several because it made sense to me in the moment. But you all, that's it for Survivor 46. Unless some really good tea come out and these exit interviews, I really don't have nothing else to say about the season. I was highly entertained. I really, really enjoyed the season. Survivor is my number one show. I will be back for season 47. If you only like Kiss My Cheeks for Survivor, I see you for season 47. But if you like competition shows the way I like competition shows, Traders to be back, Big Brother give us another month or two. We gonna get into Big Brother. We got the GOAT, um, Drag Race. Go ahead and hit subscribe. I talk about Love Island, and Love Island be a mess. We're going to talk about all the competition shows over here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so we can have a good time. But this is a wrap for the season 46 of Survivor. Venus was pissed about what Maria said. Venus, it's a wrap for Survivor 46. It's a wrap for Survivor 46. We don't care. We don't care. Don't rage quit. Have I ever rage quit Big Brother? I didn't quit. One thing about Big Brother, it's just so hard to review because it comes on 3 days a week. And Big Brother is one show where I love the sport. Like, I don't care if you tell me who won head of household, who won the veto. And so I usually don't talk about Big Brother until the live show when we find out who getting voted out. And then I do a lot of Big Brother Twitter spaces. But I don't think I rage quit. Have I? I probably did. I won't. I'm going to give Big Brother, I didn't quit last year because of Suri, but I'm going to give Big Brother a fair chance. It does work my nerve. But Big Brother is like my second favorite show, but Traders is quickly taking Big Brother's spot. Quickly. But anyway, I'm going to try my best not to rage quit. If they start saying the N-word and all that kind of stuff, it do be pissing me off. They can't help it but to be racist a little bit. Not a little bit, but a lot of bit. It's just a part of Big Brother, I guess, and we have to drag and read people. But I'm going to try my best not to rage quit unless something really outrageous happens. But we'll see. Big Brother has been boring. I only watch it for the... You only watch it to see who coming on the challenge. Dejan, you are... I love y'all. But anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm getting ready to end. I'm getting ready to end this live. It should whoosh you right over to the challenge. That's how the redirect works. If you don't care about the challenge, you can drop off. But if you care about the challenge, you will be whooshed right over. The last time I did the redirect, it took me a couple of minutes to get into the live because they said it was a lot of traffic. But guarantee, if it takes 4 or 5 minutes, trust and believe I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. And so until the next few minutes I get over there, have a good night, y'all. Bye. Jasmine from the challenge. Lord have mercy.